You know, like when you go back home for the holidays and like you kick it with your parents and you're like, oh, that's what insanity is. I don't want to end up like that. Like, I cannot end up like these people. The way like immigrants, a lot of times that they work is like they hold on to secrets, Born Legacy style, and then they'll debrief you like 2 decades later. And you're like, Dad, you were a ninja? Like, they just carry this stuff for decades. I found out how I got here. This is how my dad met my mom. So he finally told me how it all went down. So 30 years ago in this village in India called Aligarh. Anyone here from Aligarh? Oh, that's what's up. Aligarh in the house? Yeah, it's an Aligarh audience. Aligarh audience that shops at Whole Foods. I know my audience. I know my demo. So this village in Aligarh, my dad heard a lot about this girl named Seema. Like the 20-somethings were talking about Seema, my mom. Like she was hot. Like she was like a new iPhone. People were like, oh, Seema, have you heard of her? She's very slim and slender. Her family owns a camera. What, a camera? Like people couldn't believe it. I don't believe it. So my dad, he was just like, I gotta move on this right now. He goes down to my grandfather's house without ever seeing my mom. And he's just like, what's up? My name's Najmi. I'm going to America. I want to marry Seema. YOLO. Let's do this. And in 10 minutes, he got married to a woman he had never seen before. Like he's cut from a different cloth, because I'll be on Amazon sometimes. I'll see something and be like, I don't know. I don't trust it. I don't know if I should do this. But he was just like, TikTok, let's go. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this woman. And that's how, bam, like that, I won the world lottery. Like I ended up here. It's crazy. Like I'm very grateful for being here, because when I go back and visit my cousins back in the village, I feel like the rapper that made it. You know what I mean? I'm just like, yo, this is how you guys live? What? Like, I can't believe it. I'm just like, yo, when Hassan's here, everybody eats. Everybody eats. Capri Suns on me. Gushers on me. Fruit roll-ups, you're welcome. Like, they're losing their mind over stale Oreos. They're like, it's 1 cookie, but it's 2. I'm like, I'm not even gonna give you Samoas. You'll shit your pants. I'm not even gonna give you a Girl Scout cookie. You have no idea what you're about to get into with these Girl Scout cookies.
I have a huge and multiracial family. Actually, I have 11 brothers, and here's how that happened. So, my parents got divorced when I was 2. My mom and stepdad have been together since I was 4. And my stepdad's black. I have 2 black stepbrothers, 4 adopted brothers who are black, 2 Vietnamese brothers, a Chinese brother, and 2 white brothers. And I'm right in the middle age-wise. Like, picture a college brochure. That's pretty much what it looks like. Like, you see my family photo, your first thought is like, yeah, I'd go there. It's a good school. State school, affordable, okay. But since we grew up together, like no one has any racial stereotypes, so it takes me a minute to get them, you know? And one time a guy told me a racist joke. I thought he was asking me an earnest question. He goes, there's a black guy, Hispanic guy, and an Asian guy in the back of a car. Who's driving? I was like, my mom? I don't know. You gotta give me more information, man.
I'm at that age, my parents really want me to get married. They would love for me to marry like within the culture, like a Middle Eastern guy, which I'm not opposed to. I love all different types of men. But the thing is, I'm so Americanized, I can't see myself with a guy like fresh off the boat. You know, from like Iran, which would never happen because they can't get in the country right now. But the point is, we wouldn't even understand each other's lingo. You know, I'd be like, hey, babe, I'm gonna go run errands. And he'd be like, who the fuck is Erin? Like, no, babe, you go to work, you do you, I do me. What you mean you do yourself? You lesbian? Are you gonna cook for me? I'm like, oh my God, that's so cute. You think I cook? No, I got you a green card, okay? Best meal ever! You know, I love doing stand-up. If you guys have a dream, follow your dreams. I love doing everything. Do what you love. My parents, though, on the other hand, do not understand what I do at all. I'm like, Dad, I love to go on stage and perform. And my dad's like, is that like stripping? Like, no, Dad, I go on stage and I tell jokes. That's not funny. Why don't you tell jokes as a lawyer? Huh? When you go to court, you tell joke, you make money. I'm like, that's not my dream, Dad. He's like, make it your dream. My mom took it worse. My mom's like, what is wrong with you? Are you lesbian? It's okay. Be lesbian. Lawyer.
My parents weren't always cool with me smoking weed because I come from a strict family. My mom, she's a judge. My dad, he's a district attorney. My sister is a prosecutor. And then my aunt fucks cops. So basically my life is just one giant Law & Order episode. My mom was actually the judge that put O.J. Simpson in prison. So basically, O.J. Simpson got sent to prison by the same woman who sent me to my room. But we got out.
Oh, my uncle did own a convenience store, but that doesn't have to like fucking define you and shit, right? Like he studied for 2 years in England. He's a very distinguished guy, right? It doesn't matter that he owned a convenience store, right? And he never shuts the fuck up about England either. You know, everything is better in England, right? The healthcare is better in England. The women are better in England. Even the news is better in England. Yeah, if you ask him, he's always like, it's not entertainment there, it's information, right? And the facts are the facts. And if you don't like the facts, they don't like you. And I'm like, Uncle, you can get British news here. You know that, right? And he's like, I can never find the BBC. And like, Uncle, you can't find the BBC? He's like, no, I can never find it. I was like, do you like the BBC? He goes, I love the BBC. I could never get enough of it. I could just never find it. So I told him to Google how to find the BBC in Los Angeles. Yeah, that motherfucker lives in Compton now. It's the craziest thing.
I got a 4-year-old daughter, because God's wrath is real. And I'm being punished for something I did when I was in college. You know? Like, I don't know what it was, but I know it's bad. My daughter likes Beyonce. Right, at 4. And I think 4 is a little early to like Beyonce, but I can't tell her not to like Beyonce because her mom is black. Not stepping in that grenade. As a result, she tries to dress like Beyonce at 4. Like the other day, she came out the room with these little bitty short shorts and like a little bitty halter top with her baby tummy hanging out with some glasses and a hat and like a feather. I was like, what the hell are you wearing? She was like, I woke up like this. I was like, you will die like that. Now go in the room and put on that Amish outfit Daddy got you. Don't come out till you grow a beard. You know what I'm saying? I want my daughter to have a beard. I don't mean a little bitty Puerto Rican beard either. I mean a full-fledged ISIS beard. I want my daughter to look like a suicide bomber, okay? I want her to drive a cab and smell like urine. Work at a 7-Eleven till 9 in the morning. She still sleeps in the bed with me and my girl because we don't like sex with each other. We gave her a nickname, though. We call her the physical manifestation of the emotional barrier that exists between mommy and daddy. She has weird dreams. I don't know if y'all got kids. My daughter has dreams about stuff she's never experienced personally. Like, I don't know how it's seeping into her subconsciousness, right? Like, I was watching her sleep the other night. She was like, look, Tyrone, if you don't want to show up to work on time, you don't have to show up at all. Did you just have a dream about middle management? Get you better toys.
Good, a Latino cowboy. This is my kind of show. Anything goes in Vegas, okay? Anything so you won't get deported. Okay, I get it. I'm safe. Look, cowboy. See. I mean, look at the other white people. Like, I know this is ridiculous. We got a little Latino cowboy. Speaking of Trump, it's weird because my dad voted for Donald Trump. Yeah, my family's at odds right now. I'm like, Dad, how could you vote for Donald Trump? He's all, you want to know why? I'm like, yeah, I want to know why. You know, because some of our relatives have got to go. I was like, damn. I was like, bye, Mom. It's just.
I'm Middle Eastern, and it's tough to be Middle Eastern for, what is it, like another 2 years or some shit? We got to deal with problems most white people never even think about. Like, I'll give you an example. Our immigrant parents, sometimes they mix up words, changes the entire meaning. If you're Middle Eastern, you need to know the difference between the words plan and plot. Those are two separate words. The other day I was talking to my dad. I was like, Dad, are we still on for brunch? He was like, let's plot for Sunday. Motherfucker, you can't say that shit. People think you're gonna blow up the restaurant. He told his travel agent that he always wanted to see New York City. He was like, we've been plotting for years. Thank you guys so much. My name is Amir Kabiri.
Actually, I just had some family visiting me. I had my mom and my stepdad, Steve. I like Steve. Anyone else like their stepdad? Fair enough. Okay, definitely. I think Steve, who does have a stepdad? Show of hands. Okay, what's your stepdad's name? Juan? Holy shit, that's a great name. Also, there's no stepdad whose name is longer than 2 syllables. Dude, Juan, Steve, Bill, like, anything too long, kids won't remember you. You know, you gotta keep it short. Like, there is no stepdad named William. Second that dude fucks your mom, he's Bill now. Like, that guy's Bill. He's officially Bill. I like Steve though. I see Steve more like a father than my actual dad. My real dad is just some dude I smoke weed with sometimes. You know, he's a brother. Yeah, you know how weird it is to put your own dad in the friend zone, you know? I think step-parents are too polite, you know? It's like, cut the bullshit. Like, oh, I'm not here to replace your dad. Then what the fuck are you doing here? You know, like I want a replacement, right? You got one job, you know? But my dad, real dad got kicked out kind of early, so growing up, like, I never had, like, a guy in the house, you know, to teach me what, like, a real man is. Like, whenever I would see my dad, he would just tell me what real men don't do. You know, like, real men don't wear shorts. Okay. These are capris, so... Real men know the difference, all right? But no, so growing up, it was just my mom and my sisters. So like in a house of all women, like I was never taught like the word bitch, like referred to women. You know, I was the youngest of sisters. I was taught it referred to me, right? Little bitch was my nickname, you know? But since I was the youngest, I wanted to be like my sisters so bad, right? Like I would wear their hand-me-downs. I let my hair curl in the back. It backfired. It did. I remember one time my mom was introducing all of us to this like elderly woman, right? And she introduces my sisters, and she gets to me, and she's like, "Oh, this is my youngest, Connor." And the old lady looked down and went, "Oh, hi there, Connie. What a beautiful name for a beautiful little girl." And my mom said nothing. She said nothing. And like it pissed me off, you know, until I realized that old lady didn't say shit to my sisters. So I'm like the prettiest girl here right now. Yeah.